everybody! So I actually already recorded 40 minutes of this and then I watched it back and I hated all of it. So I deleted it and I decided we're gonna start from scratch. So we are doing a house. We're renovating a house today. It's for my Calico Critters. It's a little one, but it works. I'm watching ER right now. I'm locked in beyond belief. So I changed some of the wallpaper in it. I got this at Goodwill. I changed the wallpaper. I did build the furniture already in said clips that I just deleted. So this is a crib. It's made out of popsicle sticks and hot glue, so you'll have to be gracious with me. I'm gonna make a mattress, but this is the bed frame. Table. A table. Again, it's made out of hot glue sticks, and popsicle sticks. So please be kind. And then this is a couch. I'm gonna wrap this one in like a sock or something though. I think I might just use old socks as, yeah, I just got rudely interrupted by iPhone storage full. But yeah, I'm gonna do mattresses and stuff via old socks, I think. But while I do stuff like that, I have some notes of things I want to debrief just because I like to talk. And I feel like I should talk about these things. So yeah, we're gonna get started on that. Okay, so I figured we could do Calico Critter tour first, just so that we know what our baseline is. First up, I have my elephant family. These are my most recent buy, and one of my favorites. I'll let you know which one is my favorite, but these are my most recent ones. Next up we have, right here. Okay, we have the chocolate bunnies. These guys are the face of Calico Critter, at least here in the US. This one, Freya, she's kind of like the main guy. These ones are actually the ones that the house is for. This is my dinks, who are not dinks anymore because they adopted my solo blind bag critter. That's who the crib is for. So these are who's living in the house. These are my tenants. These are my favorite. My giraffes. I call the two babies Ham and Bean. So these are my favorite guys. And then finally, this is the first set that I ever got, was the latte cats. I bought them in Indiana while visiting my family. So those were my originals. And yeah, that's it in terms of the Calico Critter collection. Like I said, these are the things that I'm going to be using. This is cutoffs from a pair of, like, oh, what are they called? I can't remember what they're called. The shorts. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to cut up this one kind of as like stuffing and maybe like a pillow for the bed. Remember, this is the bed. So yeah, I have fabric scissors, which I've been using to cut popsicle sticks. Don't tell my mother, she will kill me. And yeah, I'm doing this with hot glue because I really didn't feel like breaking out the sewing machine for this. Again, sorry, Mom. I can sew, which apparently is impressive in this day and age. I didn't know that, but apparently it's impressive. So I'm just gonna fold it up like that. I'm gonna use, I think, the toe of this sock as a pillow. I'll just glue it shut. I made a sock monkey for one of my friends a few months ago for her birthday because money was tight and I couldn't afford to like go crazy and I felt really bad, but yeah, that just reminded me of that, sorry. Yeah, so I'm gonna use this as like stuffing, and then Okay, so glue gun. I'm gonna grab a little slate to use so that I don't glue this to my pants, because I have burned myself many times today. I've gotten splinters. Really, I mean, I chose this for myself, but I would not recommend it to anyone curious. Oh, let me burn myself again, right, through fabric. Okay. So there's that. I just glued the sock in there as like a kind of stuffing. Now I'm going to glue around the edges. Yeah. I'll show you when the bed is done. Okay, so I just finished the bed. Do you guys like it? Okay, so back to what I was saying at the beginning. I did take some notes on things that I would like to discuss. First of all, I want to talk about my two favorite Davids, Bowie and Lynch. I know that I talk about David Bowie all the time, but I don't think I've mentioned David Lynch once, which is crazy because I talk about him all the time to my family and none of them care at all. I'm joking mostly. I'm laughing, but it ain't funny. I'm laughing, but it ain't funny. Anyway. Hang on, I'm measuring. So, David Bowie, we know him, we love him. What do you guys think of him? Because he's my favorite guy. Oh, yo. Anyway, sorry, the drama. So, David Bowie, I talk about him all the time. We all know this. Jeez, I'm not locked in. Okay. Born January 8th, 1947 in London, England. Died January 10th, I think, 2016, which is terribly sad. God rest his soul. But, you know, he's dead. God rest his soul. A more known fun fact about him is that he was actually in a fight in elementary school that left his pupil paralyzed, which is interesting. Oh, yo, no. Over a girl, actually, which a lot of people just kind of assume that David Bowie's gay. I don't actually know. I don't really care enough to look into it. Not in like a I don't care way, but in like a I don't care way. A lesser known fun fact is that in 1967, David Bowie actually wanted to leave music to pursue being a Buddhist monk. That doesn't surprise me, honestly, because he's David Bowie. But yeah, so he wanted to leave music because his music career wasn't really working out. I actually learned this from a book I was reading. I think I talked about it in an earlier video where I was talking about like the books that I like, and the one book that I've read about David Bowie for real does talk about it. It also talks about him wanting to leave to become a mime, which is, again, I'm not surprised. Both of those, he was actually only a month away from becoming a monk. He was about to take his vows and shave his head and all of that. So, yeah, that almost happened. On to the next David Lynch, who is a completely different thing all in itself, but also he's not, because actually they worked together on, or well, David Bowie cameoed on Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me, I believe is what the movie is called. Twin Peaks is, I could talk about Twin Peaks for hours. It's probably David Lynch's like most known project, I would say. You've definitely heard like Laura Palmer's theme. That one's like frequently used on the internet for some reason, which is kind of weird because Twin Peaks is mildly niche in that like the people who like it, it's more niche, but everyone has kind of heard of it. It is wow. It's a work of genius. I'm not a film bro. I'm not like that far into any of it. But it truly is amazing. Like I'm not a fan of scary stuff, but there's this kind of just overwhelming like eerie feeling in Twin Peaks that I really enjoy. I think it's the mystery mixed with the supernatural, I think, that makes it appealing to me. If you don't know, Laura Palmer is a teen who is found dead on the beach in the town of Twin Peaks, February 24th. I cannot remember what year. But Special Agent Dale Cooper is assigned to the case. He shows up in Twin Peaks, tries to solve it. It turns out, spoiler, a man named Bob is possessing Laura Palmer's father and making him do things, and he killed her, I guess. You find most of this out in the movie Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me, which is what David Bowie cameoed in. I just stuck my finger right in hot glue. He played a very inconsequential role where he just kind of discussed things with David Lynch's character, Gordon. The movie is the lead up to Laura Palmer's death. You kind of watch her descent into, madness, I guess. It's terribly sad. But it also came with kind of a sense of closure for a lot of people, I think, because Twin Peaks was left on such a cliffhanger because of network troubles or something, or David Lynch, I think, left the show because they were making him reveal who actually killed Laura Palmer, and he did not want to do that, which I get because that story was like truly his child, and when they're trying to make you do something just to appease the audience, like in Little Women, when they make the writer Joe make Joe get married at the end of her story, even though Joe did not write it like that and it didn't happen like that. That's kind of how it was going in terms of Laura Palmer's killer and death, and so he left and didn't return. And I totally get that. I would be mad if someone just decided that my project that I have worked my butt off on needed closure that I didn't want to give it. So yeah, that's the story about Twin Peaks. It's kind of just a surreal drama. David Lynch has so many other projects though. He did the original Dune movie from the 80s. He did Eraserhead, which is one of his more popular ones, Inland Empire, Mulholland Drive. Blue Velvet, I believe, was his first. I think that one has Kyle MacLachlan in it, who stars in Twin Peaks as Special Agent Dale Cooper. Yeah, Twin Peaks, it's a very fun rabbit hole to go down if you have the time, I would say. It's not hard to find the time though, so if you have the time and you're looking for a rabbit hole to go down, that is a really good one. There's so many interesting videos about it too, because everyone has a different interpretation of it, and it's so interesting to see how so many different people interpret the same exact project, because it is different to everyone. Yeah. So those are my two favorite Davids, I think. I could go more into depth in them at some point, but I kind of don't want to. I'm just kind of putting off. I have a trip for my school band this weekend, and I wanted to pack today so that I didn't have to stress myself out throughout the week, because I come home from school and I just want to go to sleep. Couch. It's looking a little messy, but that's okay. Anyway, I come home from school and I just want to sleep because I'm very tired. I have all AP classes or dual enrollment classes plus chemistry. I don't have AP chemistry because science is not my strong suit at all. So I don't do AP chemistry, but I do AP math. I'm in calculus or pre-calc, I think. I don't know. I just kind of go where I'm told. I'm in AP pre-calc, and it's a hard class, but I mean, I definitely enjoy algebra more because it's more of a like formula-based thing. I'm pretty good at math typically, but this is kind of kicking my butt. But I come home from school and I just want to sleep, so I am honestly just doing everything to kind of put off packing for this trip, even though I'm really excited for it. I haven't been on like a band trip ever because my school's budget has been pretty tight, so we haven't really ever gone on one. So I'm very excited to go. I just hate packing. In the summer, typically I go to church camp and me and my family go stay at a resort somewhere in the summer, and it's always really fun, but packing and unpacking are the two banes of my existence. I am universally bad at both because I either way overpack or way underpack, which are two things I don't ever want to do, because when you're in a hotel for like an extended period of time and then you have to repack up, or then you have to whatever, I'm so bad at packing. So I've been kind of trying to put that off, but I'm gonna have to do it today because I know myself and I'm going to want a big old nap every day after school. So you know how it goes. Oh, that's kind of hot glue, you know? But yeah. Another issue on the table. I have spent the last week binge watching The Pitt. Oh my gosh. Why didn't I watch that sooner? I've been trying to get my family to watch it for a while because I really wanted to watch it, but I didn't want to watch it alone. It's such a heavy show, but I think it balances it so well. Because it's because it's, I think, you don't see a lot of like just basic human interaction in shows. I think everything is so dramatized, and of course everything is serious in the show, but it's not like dialed up to 10. This is how it really is. In my experience, I don't spend a lot of time in the emergency room, but from what I have witnessed, that is the most accurate medical drama on the books. But it just, oh my gosh, it was so good. If you haven't watched it, watch it. Oh my gosh. Now, one thing I don't understand is the hate on Dr. Robbie. I don't get that. I'm sorry, you will never get me on that hate train. I like that man quite a bit, and I feel bad for anyone who doesn't, because you are in fact missing out. It just, wow. And okay, the finale just came out this week. The current issue is that there are a lot of people who are theorizing that he's gonna take the unclaimed baby, that he's gonna take baby Jane Doe. Don't do that. That's just not right. They just had to talk him down from ending it all. I don't think that that's something he needs in his life right now. And I don't think it's gonna happen, but it's irritating that people want that to happen, I guess. I think they want to turn it into something they're comfortable with, which is like a sitcom, like everyone gets a happy ending type of thing, but it's not like that. Yeah, it's just genuinely, it's such a good show. The Pitt to ER pipeline is currently happening to me, so I'm just about on season 2 of that, actually. I just started it on Wednesday, and it is Sunday. By the way, I finished. So, the bed, I used the pig sock for the crib because I thought it was cute. The table doesn't need anything, and then the couch. So, yeah. It's such an ingenious show with such, like, realistic characters, and I like that. This is kind of a more touchy one, but, like, Santos' relationship with self-injury, I think they handled that very well, because I think they showed at the end, this is kind of a spoiler, but there's that karaoke scene, and it's her taking care of herself because she knew if she went home and was alone, she would have relapsed. And I think that it is very important that they show that the intention was there, but she knew how to deal with it herself. I think that that's really nice. I think it's important to have representation like that. Okay, and here's another rabbit hole, because this is really a touchy subject, but with like It Ends With Us, you know how they kind of like advertised that as a rom-com, and then it came out and it still felt romanticized, even though the sensitive subject that is that book and that story, it still felt heavily romanticized. I feel like with representation of self-harm in media, a lot of the time it feels very romanticized, and it feels very different than what it would in real life. And I think they handled that really well in the show. It's consumes my every waking thought, by the way. My entire For You page is just edit after edit. It consumes my whole life. Oh my god, it was so good. It was so good. Next up on the list, Coachella was this weekend and last weekend. Oh my gosh, Sabrina Carpenter brought out Madonna last night. I'm not that into Madonna. I do like Sabrina Carpenter. I'm not gonna lie, I really do enjoy Sabrina Carpenter. Also, the Talking Heads performed last weekend. Mad. In the year 2025, there was one day in either March or April where I listened to Once in a Lifetime by Talking Heads 26 times in one day. When I have a subject that I'm really into, or something that I'm really fixated on right now, I do get like that, but it's never really been that severe before. Though I do listen to the song Purple Rain about 6 times a day, like 6-7 times a day. Oh my gosh. And another tangent, I would not wish my favorite song becoming the song from Stranger Things on my worst enemy. My favorite song is Heroes by David Bowie. It has been for so many years, and it's so irritating to me that my song is now the song from Stranger Things. It's really upsetting to me. I would not wish that on my worst enemy. I am upset that this happened, but I'm glad that David Bowie's out there. I mean, it kind of already was with like The Perks of Being a Wallflower, but it doesn't make it less irritating that it has now been simplified to the song from Stranger Things, you know? Yeah, no. It's okay though. It's fine. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do is you might get a glimpse of my workspace here. That looks really rough because I've been in bed watching my show while I did this. But what we're gonna do is set up the house, which is nice, exciting, right? Okay, again, this is the house. This is supposed to be a garage door, but I didn't want to use it as one because they live in a nice gated community and they don't have to go anywhere. This is their next door neighbor. I'll go ahead and show you the setup right now. So that's what it's looking like. That's their neighbor, Roddy. You know, I introduced him in one of the last videos. But yeah, they live right here. I moved my hamster back there. Everybody say hi, Gromit. Yeah. So we've got the 4 pieces of furniture. At some point I'll do like wall art or something, but that point is not today because I am tired. And I really wanted to take a nap, but I don't have time to do that today because I have to pack, like I said. So I switched it around. I think I'm going to do the smaller room as like the living space and the bigger room as the bedroom because I have to fit these both in the same room. So that's going to be fun. I mean, actually, that kind of works. Okay, so house tour. There's the couch, the table, and then the bed is back there and the crib. Yeah, I think that is it. We can set the Dinks and their kid up because they're not Dinks anymore, but in my heart, they will always be. So, everybody say hi, guys. These were the first set that I bought for myself. My grandparents bought me my first set when I went to visit them. So, thanks, guys. I have a big old mess to clean up now. But I think that that's it. Sorry, it kind of made no sense. I was just rambling, but I had things to say. So, see you next